In our main game, muli po Ken Pangilinan, Coach Mike, a triple header as a miss to begin the quarter for John Wilson. Quarter scoring natin, no? Yung second quarter, naging key difference plus 19 in favor of the Rice Vanguards.
Yeah, ganda ng bawi ng Pasig. Trumabaho, ika nga. At despite yung napakalakas na start ng mga turnovers na pinorse na naman, Warlow Bata. You know, Pasig still able to manage to get 20 points in that quarter.
Jump ball. Tosi Tansinko, papaltan muna si John Wilson. Kasamahan siya dito, papaltan muna si John Wilson. Kasamahan siya dito ni JP Calvo, JC Marcelino, Billy Ray Robles, and Wilma Caloni. Tosi. Macaloni, Mintes, Billy Ray Robles, rebound ulit. At si Wilma Caloni na tumapos para sa Nueva Ecija.
Well, that's the thing about the Rice Vanguards. If you're a little bit undersized when it comes to bigs underneath, you know, they're gonna get a lot of rebounds off of you, offensive rebounds included. Because if you look at that game against Abram, height-wise, grabe, no? Kita mo yung disparity. Gio Chu, Raven Gonzalez, and matter of fact, Wilma Caloni for the most part was playing from the outside. Rob Celis tried to help out on the rebounds, pero mahirap talaga.
LGR is the official outfitter of the Mpbl. It was one of the rare times that Nueva Ecija seemed like they got dwarfed against Abra dahil nga you mentioned sila Raven, Gio Chu. Si Dave kasi wing guy pero 6'4" tapos bato-bato din yung katawan.
Tsaka feeling ko kahit na sinong team ang tumapat sa Abra, ganun ang feeling parang that there were some players that were saying na they thought that Dave was big, but when they saw him in person on the floor playing, you know, they didn't realize that he was that big and that strong. So that even made more of the intimidation para dito sa Abra Weavers.
Another timeout by Pasig City. They're down by 24, 74-50. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. First game of our Tuesday offering between Nueva Ecija and Pasig City and the Rice Vanguards. The next 3 games, August 12 kontra Binyan, 19 Ibus naman ang kalaban, and on the 23rd they will take on the QUEZON Huskers.
And I think that game with the QUEZON is something that the fans are also looking forward to. And that Ilagan game should also be very interesting, not just for the side of the Rice Vanguards, but even for Ilagan, who I feel has improved a lot after the window. And the talents that they got, the new people in the roster, have really helped out the cause of the 5-star Cowboys.
3-piece po yung kasama ngayong hapon. Coach Mike Perez, Lyra Ponsalan, and myself, Ken Pangilinan, on the call on a Tuesday afternoon.
I love that, Ken.
May singit lang.
May singit lang, pero I love it.
24-point lead. Gadin, Mintes yung 3. Uy! Batak! Floater up and in after that gorgeous sidestep move.
Ganda ng pagkaka-escape niya na yun. Actually, multiple dribbles, hindi niya mabe-breakdown yung defender. Pero 1 or 2 dribbles kaya niyang masal na kung short distance lang. Kasi kung medyo malayo siya sa labas, and it's tough for him to beat the defender. But JP Calvo, how about this one?
JP Calvo with 7 points. 76-52. Now, there was a point for JP Calvo where he was visibly struggling from the field when he was playing with Paranaque. Kasi meron siyang stretch, parang 8% lang siya from the field. I think 4-game stretch. Ganun kasama yung naging shooting niya from the field as Billy Ray Robles continues to do damage for Nueva Ecija. He now has 14 points.
Well, I think scoring-wise, JP Calvo is still trying to build on that, which I strongly feel that the Rice Vanguards would need so that they have a different look from the point guard spot. As you see this move right here, and that good recovery by Billy Robles, another offensive rebound and a stick back. The reason that I say that is because in this game alone, JP Calvo started out 0 out of 6, and so so much of potential for JP Calvo, the kind of quality basketball player that he is, and the hope is maging maganda na yung rhythm niya, especially heading into the more important games.
Itong free throw na ito ay hatid sa atin Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. But despite the struggles for JP Calvo, he is, you mentioned earlier, the top assist guy for Nueva Ecija, 5.3 assists despite only playing 13.5 minutes. Malaking bagay yan moving forward if you're the Rice Vanguards.
Actually, for the most part, yung struggle naman niya sa 3-point shots because he's pretty good when it comes to the perimeter. He's roughly about 60% shooting from there. So, yung mababang percentage niya really brought about by missed threes.
By the way, former Pasig player Ryan Costello is not playing today. Not sure if he's here or he's watching from the live stream. Shout out, Ryan. Now, once upon a time, was the go-to guy for Pasig in Season 4.
Right, for Pasig, that's correct.
Ganda ng kombinasyon nila ni Robbie Manalang.
Ay, oo naman. That was the time that they had Maestre.
Season 5 na yun.
Season 5.
Season 4 sila.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Tapos dumaling sila Maestre, Roa Curva, Season 5.
Yeah.
Both times, they made the playoffs.
And Tyrone was there also.
Tyrone Chan, tama.
Yeah.
Ballesteros was also part of their team. Jason Ballesteros.
That was a pretty good Pasig team then.
Oo. Sa ang hirap nilang kalaban nun kasi as we see that shot trickled in by JC Marcelino. Maging yung Caloocan doon, nahirapan makalusot sa Pasig in the first round.
That's right.
As right now though, they're staring at a 26-point advantage.
Who wants to break him down right here? Kadin on Tyrone.
Another 3-point attempt missed. Calvo numbers for Nueva Ecija. Calvo all the way, got stripped. And no choice but to give up that foul.
Masyado mababa yung pick up ng bola ni JP Calvo, which allowed Gadin to, get a feel for it, get a touch, and then that turnover.
JP Marcelino back in the game for JP.
Let's remember, Pasig did not participate last year. But prior to that, season 3, 4, and 5, sunod-sunod na pumasok sila sa playoffs in the North Division.
Correct. The last time they got into the playoffs was kalaban nila Caloocan.
Oo, Caloocan.
Yeah.
It went 3 games.
That's right. We covered that playoff series. And really, that was a tough match.
And it was a good thing that Caloocan had home court advantage. Kasi natalo sila nung unang laro nila at home.
Correct.
Naging 1-all yun.
They won the middle game.
Oo, tapos pero bumalik sa Caloocan and Caloocan was able to pull through. Pero it certainly was a difficult series for them against Pasig.
That's right. And I think that was the last time that Coach Boyet coached Pasig.
Oo,
That was the
season
last
5.
season, season 5.
Kasi nga wala na sila next season eh. Ito, speaking of Coach Boyet, JJ Pido,
JJ Pido, Jerick James.
handa na mamaya
Oo.
sa laban nila against Bataan.
Palagi namang handa yan, si JJ Pido. Pag tinawag mo, laging handa yan.
Garcia in traffic. Tyrone Chan, like you mentioned, nasa loob na for Nueva Ecija. MJ Ayaay. Nasa palabas kay JC Marcelino. 80-54 is the count. 26-point lead for the Rice Vanguards. Tyrone Chan. Mid-range jumper off the mark. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the 4th period.
Well, again, scoring has slowed down here for Pasig. They so far scored, 8 points? I'll make that 11 now.
Jerome Garcia buries 80-57.
Alam ko na kung anong best bet mo paano mo ma-identify si JC tsaka si JB.
Sige.
Sa sapatos.
Oo nga.
Diba? Magkaiba ng sapatos eh, oh. And I'd like to think yung mga games nila, hindi sila nagpapareho ng sapatos. Eh.
JC Marcelino.
Magandang tanungin yan.
Oo nga.
Dapat, maganda tanungin ni Lyra yan next time. Warlo Batak, despite the defense, was able to score for his 15th point.
Well, JV was able to give him a chase, pero nung naka-elevate na, pumasok na yung leaping ability nito ni Warlo Batak.
Traveling.
Whistled against
JV.
Okay.
They wanted to take that back from Warlo kanina.
This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the Mpbl. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Very rarely do you see a backdoor cut and a backdoor pass being from up high. Normally, long bounce. Pero that time, ganda ng communication between Mark and Warlo, and able to finish it. I think the key there was Warlo setting up that fake move up and then went the other way downhill.
Rodriguez papasok na rin for Nueva Ecija. Coach Mike, well, before we dive into that, we have another timeout by Pasig City with 2 minutes and 49 seconds left. They still trail by 23 points, 82-59. Ito naman yung next 3 games ng Pasig City, August 12 versus Cebu. On the 18th, they will take on Pangasinan, and on the 23rd, Imus.
Medyo mabigat yung laban na next nila against the Cebu Greats. Much as, they're not really in a favorable spot, and they're trying to chase the spot number 10 to at least make it to the playoff this season. Pero iba yung nilalaro ng Cebu Greats. Especially that win against Jensen. That to me was very impressive.
Nueva Ecija, may mga natitira pa silang malalakas na kalaban din. We already saw their next 3 games as Magtuano cashes in from downtown. So susunod after this is Binyan,
right.
Imus, then Quezon. Tapos mga hindi pa nila nakakalaban, Coach Mike, Ilagan, Isabela, Quezon City, Sarangani, Parañaque, and Rizal.
That's right.
Yung Rizal, yan yung na-postpone. Na supposedly sa Bataan din. So, at this point, you're looking at your remaining opponents. Yung mga katikit mo sa standings, kung sino yung mga posible pa nila makalaban, like say, Abra, San Juan, di pa nagtatapat yung dalawa. San Juan and Abra also have yet to face Pampanga. Abra will face Pampanga this weekend in Quezon. Rodriguez able to score.
Timeout, Pasig City.
And Pasig will call another timeout. 86-65. And we'll be back after this short break. Commissioner Kenneth Remnes and Head of Security Rudy Distrito in attendance here in Orion.
14 seconds to shoot.
Yan gaya ng binabanggit ko kanina, Coach Mike, no, na yun na sinisilip mo na yung mga posibilidad as we wind down the elimination round. Roughly, sabihin natin, mga 25% to go na lang in the season or even less as JV scores. At yun, I think ito kasi ang sitwasyon. Ang Nueva Ecija, best case scenario nila is ang makatabla nila is San Juan in the team standings. Kasi tinala nila yung San Juan
Yeah. So it's win over the other.
Or win over the other. They will, well, assuming they sweep the remaining games, they will finish off as the #1 team in the North.
Well, it looked like Jagar got hit on his left leg.
Itong Pasig naman, Coach Mike, na medyo mas okay yung posisyon nila compared to Bataan, but they're still not out of the woods. They still have to take care of their remaining assignments. And like you said, yung Cebu, Pangasinan, Imus, lahat mabibigat. And then meron pa sila, I think, Mindoro
Jensen,
di pa nila nakakalaban.
That's right. And so nagmamatter talaga kung sino yung mga remaining games mo rin, That's why if you go back early in the season when you take games very lightly, dito mo na ma-realize yung mga sinayang mo mga laro that you could have won but did not. And you have to contend with the tougher teams in that part of the season. That's very important.
At wala nang sigurado dito. We saw Bulacan defeat Caloocan.
Oh yeah. And Batangas losing to Caloocan. That to me was a surprise. What surprised me there was Seda Blasa scoring only 3 points, I think, and Levy really doing much of the work. Look at this drop step by Clark Derigue. That's how you play as a big man. Once you get that ball on the post, the first thing that you do is to test if that middle door is open. He went in, tested, saw that it was closed. That's the time you turn to your drop step. And so you like that fundamental, IQ and decision making and read of Clark Derigue. And so far, that's why he's still on this team. Apart from being a homegrown, he's actually proven himself to be a valuable guy that can come off the bench when needed para dito kay Coach Don Dulay.
91-67, 24-point lead. The result pretty much academic here. Nueva Ecija, more importantly, will keep in pace with San Juan and Abra. 20-1 sila lahat. So, if my math is correct, 8 games remaining for all of those teams. At alam mo, yung San Juan and Abra, bukod sa silang dalawa pa yung magiging magkalaban, Pampanga. Makakalaban pa nila dyan.
Yeah. Kaya interesting din yung mga top teams na maglalaban-laban come the latter part of the regular season. The thing is, kung ikaw a top team and you're already secure in that spot, would you still be, 100% going for a win against the other top team? Because you might be selling short your strategies and what have you. And so you definitely want to keep some in the bag and strategize once you meet them again in the more important games come the playoff.
At dyan po nagtatapos ang ating first game. Nueva Ecija will improve to 20 wins with just a single loss coming at the hands of the Abra Solid North Weavers as they try to keep in step for that #1 spot in the North. Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the Mpbl. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And this guy certainly was a spectacular performer para dito sa Nueva Ecija, Billy Ray Robles.
Billy Ray Robles, early as the third quarter, already in double-double. Much contribution on the boards and even on scoring. And he just provided that needed lift para dito sa Rice Bangers.
Final score po natin, 67 for Pasig City, 91 naman for the 20-1 Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.